You, the sleeper has awoken.
So it's currently tracking for a 65 million domestic
I'd
debut.
say add 10,
Advanced
15,
sales
20 to that, man.
Are outpacing Oppenheimer. So what do you think? Sorry, Tom, you didn't.
No, I was just saying add another 15 to 20 million onto that, I bet.
Well, I mean, here's the main point of the segment: is that if it opened to $65 million, that's not very good. The first one scraped a profit. It scraped into a profit, basically. It didn't do massively well. It wasn't a huge success. It did quite well on downloads and secondary market streams. But yeah, theatrically, it wasn't a huge success, even though they announced the sequel. But you think this is going to be good?
Well, you got
to.
It says right there in the second sentence there. The thing you got to take into consideration here is Dune and Godzilla versus Kong were released in the height of COVID.
I know,
and they did very, very, very well. Yeah, but they still did very well. So yeah, they did. Yeah, and Warner Brothers just paid him out, and so they settled or whatever it was. But like at the end of the day, I still think Dune is going to do very well. In fact, Godzilla versus Kong or Godzilla X Kong, the ceiling, I don't know where it is on that because that did really well, even though everything was shut down. Right, like. It was like people were trying to like bust down doors of theaters to see that movie in theaters. And it was almost the same thing for Dune. So again, I think Dune is going to leg out somewhere in the 700 to 800 million, if not more range.
Really?
Yes. And I think Kong versus Godzilla versus X Kong might hit $1 billion. It might be one of the biggest films of the year.
I don't think it will. And you know why I don't think it will? Because of Godzilla -1's what that has done to
I think it'll help it.
I think it'd damage it. I honestly think it'd do the work. I think it'd be the adverse effect because people want more serious tone.
You don't know the Godzilla fans then. We'll take both.
But no, I've interacted with those psychos on Twitter. I'm aware. My God, I'm aware.
There's some that are no. There's a bunch of new fans that are only on board because of Godzilla -1. Share my screen here. This is what the real Godzilla fans are like. We can coexist just fine.
Well, no, that's not what I'm talking about. Whatever. My point is I think I don't know. I think it's a bit slapstick. But so you think
it is? But
you think this is like $800 million?
I do, because the first one in theaters did close to 400, I think, worldwide. And then Godzilla versus Kong did like 500 worldwide. So I think you can almost double both of their box offices now that they're going to be, because that's the other thing is they're not going to be on streaming at the same time.
Yeah, but there wasn't. HBO had only just launched, really. HBO Max had only just launched.
There was a lot of people who watched that, especially both of those movies.
The numbers?
I don't know if they released the numbers, but they kept crashing on everybody.
Oh, that's true.
And people still went to theaters to see them at the same time. So that just shows me that there's people who want to see it. You know what else I know about this is because I tried to get tickets for the premiere of Dune and it's sold out already. I got stuck in the front.
We're not.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Did not. Yeah,
we're look, first opportunity to see this film right now for pre-sales. Once again, my ticket and 2 people I'm taking with me. We're the only people in the theater.
What are you going to see it in, though? I'm going to the IMAX. That is totally
that is true. That makes a difference.
I'm seeing it in a PLF, but not IMAX.
Yeah, see, people will want to see this in IMAX.
Okay, so the more expensive ticket price of an IMAX it could artificially lift these numbers, but I don't see. Look, I think these numbers are probably closer to accurate. In fact, I was going to say it probably could be less. There's a couple of specialty screenings in IMAX that aren't sold out yet. There's a couple of fan events that aren't sold out yet. You know, I'm looking at it and we'll see. This will be one of those times.
Okay, well, I said 800, right? I said between 7 and 8.
Oh, you mean overall box office run?
Yeah.
Yeah, it made under $400 million
worldwide.
The first one did 402. Okay, so it only has to do another 3 to 400 million than the first one. Same thing with Kong. Like I said, those movies did extremely well. Like, we got to remember when they were released. They were released in the most theaters were shut down, right? Like, even though theaters were shut down, it was like people were still finding ways to go see this movie in the theater.
Tom,
Same thing with Kong.
Tom,
I legitimately think this will struggle to hit 500 million. That's my bet. And bearing in mind, I like the first one, and I'm really looking forward to this. I don't know where the hype is. I don't see any hypes. I reckon this will struggle to hit $500 million.
You don't see the hype.
No, I don't see people excited talking about it. No, I don't.
I'm going to push back on a couple things, Tom. The film released in 2021. It released in 4,100 theaters domestically. It didn't cross 400 million until it had the recent event that it was in. That it had. It was at 391 million in theaters domestically. Or excuse me, globally.
But so it's done that well globally. In its revivals, which is better than most revivals do.
Well, it added 11 million.
Yeah.
Okay. Like you said, you're going to get the staunchest of fans going to an event like that prior to the release of the next movie, but it needs widespread hype. I just don't think it has it, and I think that Project Popcorn did hurt the first Dune. I'm with you there 100%, but how much did it hurt? At $100 million worth, $200 million worth. $400 million worth.
The economy's dog shit now.
Yeah,
people don't have cash.
Yeah. So they're saving it for something they actually want to see in the theater, like Dune. Like, everybody I know is going to see this movie. All right, you guys. I'll even make bets with you guys because remember, I was the guy who swore up and down not only was Barbie going to make $1 billion, it was going to get nominated for Oscars, and everybody fucking laughed at me. Yeah,
that's true. But I like to laugh at you.
Not only that, I said Mission Impossible was going to bomb, and everybody laughed at me. They laughed at me.
All right, well, I reckon it will struggle to hit $500 million. I'm not going to make a bet, but a sportsman's bet, I guess, whatever. What do you reckon, Culture? What's your numbers?
580 million.
All right. And Tom, 800 million?
I'm sticking with my 7 to 8. I said 7 to 8, and I'm sticking to that.
All right. Okay, that's fine. We'll wait and see. I want this to do well. This isn't me being pessimistic. I don't want it to do badly. I want it to do well because I liked the first one. So we'll see. We will see. We will see. There you go. There you go, ladies and gents. There you go.